it's a little dead meme. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? What about Ray? Fuck you, little bitch. Hey, look, I hope it's brand new. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me?
Wow, fa la 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 la. Welcome, happy Christmas, Merry Hanukkah. It's almost the new year. If you're listening on free feeds, it's Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas, nigga.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah. So
hopefully you got everything you wanted. Hopefully your fucking family didn't beat each other like they normally do. They actually got along this time. You know, no broken homes, no dysfunctional bullshit. Hopefully it was all good.
Hopefully a bunch of smiling children unwrapped their Pfizer vaccines.
Yes. Hopefully they don't grow any extra limbs or develop any sort of degenerative diseases in the next few years.
Hopefully they don't get the nanotech in them by Bill Gates. What's his name? Yeah.
Bill Gates?
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
George.
Did you mix Bill Gates and George Soros?
I think.
Oh my God.
It's the new hybrid, dude. Fucking George Gates. That's how the world's gonna end. They're gonna merge into one entity.
They're gonna bring it up one day. It's gonna be a TED Talk and be like, now we're wondering, why don't we combine ourselves into one better person? And then we'll be like,
But listen, only Trump can save us. So
that video was so crazy because he really. I want them to be right. I want them to be right because there's no reason why you should have that much passion about anything and then be constantly proven wrong about shit. Like, you don't deserve it. You gotta be right eventually.
Yeah.
It would be nice. It would be very entertaining.
I mean, it'd be terrifying, but also entertaining, definitely.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but you know. But for once, I want, like, the Alex Joneses of the world to just be astonishingly correct and be like, wow.
Hillary Clinton actually does lay eggs out of her mouth into glasses of water, and it's just like proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And Alex is just like, "See, I told you."
See, I told you, motherfuckers, right?
And then
See,
everybody,
the frog's gay.
At that point, I think everybody would have to just collectively reset. You know?
Yeah.
Like they would have to be like, okay, what was previously absurd that I've written off? And how can I come to terms with that no longer being likely?
Because now aliens can exist. Now religion's more viable than ever. Like, everything about the world is just not.
Yeah, every religion's valid now.
Everyone has a valid point.
Every single one of them. Even the Scientology one, even the Mormon one. It's all just real.
Look, dude, you can't look me in the face and tell me Christianity doesn't sound crazy than Scientology.
You're absolutely right. It's
Christianity sounds crazier, bro.
It's
no
just,
cap.
It's just dark fantasy versus sci-fi. That's all it is.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
The two differences.
What's the argument here? The argument is that
Christianity sounds a little crazier than Scientology.
What is what I forget what the core tenets of Scientology are.
Scientology is the idea that I think his name is Xenu, if I'm not mistaken, that alien
Xenu's
came and laid
leader.
eggs inside of the world, which eventually hatched and became humans, and we're all a fraction of that alien thing.
Something like that. It's
something
a
crazy like that.
It's
and
along the way.
Christianity, they
aliens
had
jizzed and then frozen aliens, volcanoes exploding, and there's people or some shit.
I don't
volcanoes.
know if I would go that
Christianity's
far.
just spoken about more, but I think Scientology has a little more there's a little more science in there, so you can be like,
it's just because it's cool. It's just because it's a cool premise.
Because it has a little more science, Chris. That's why it makes more sense to me, man. I'm not first of all,
dude. It doesn't make. It's not about sense. It's just the tone, man. It's just what is it set in. And that's all it is, man. Old school shit.
It's Mass Effect versus Skyrim, basically, is what we're looking at. Which is probably the most disrespectful way to classify those things.
First and foremost, I want to say, Yahweh, if you're up there and you're listening, I'm kidding, all right? I'm kidding. Jehovah, it's a joke, all right? I'm not really insulting you.
If Yahweh is chilling, I'm going to be like, motherfucker, you have the power to end the virus in a blink. The fuck are you on about?
Nah, dude.
I'm sorry.
Don't say
I
that.
can't respect a being, a supreme being like that.
Nah,
to me,
dog,
it's like
you
the world.
say whatever the
the
fuck
world
you want.
here's
it's like Kim Jong Un. We all know he's like supreme being and stuff, but he treats his people with such disrespect, even though he has the power to do whatever he wants. It's
Well, he's a
shitty.
supreme being. That's why he treats them like that.
Anyway, so Merry Christmas.
Outside, living amongst those fucking dregs. Those fucking dregs of humans supposed to be walking around, breathing in the same air as them.
Are you still
he's on the
talking?
fucking
No one
sun
was
getting
listening.
Major pussy.
What are you
Getting crazy
saying?
pussy on the fucking
I don't know
star.
what's happening.
Anyway, it's fucking Christmas time. Merry Christmas. I hope it's snowing over
Merry
there, wherever,
Christmas,
whatever the fuck.
motherfuckers.
We've got some stuff to cover today. There's enough happening that it's like there's enough to talk about, but there's still really not a lot. It's the holidays. People tend to stop doing things, and
Well, you'd hope.
yeah, you'd hope. I mean, well, all right. I was going to bring this up on the show, but I kind of get the feeling that it's kind of like a dead topic, and I don't want to bring it up anymore, really. But, fucking CD Projekt Red might be getting like some crazy lawsuits, headed their
There's
way.
more going on with them.
Like actually, like lawsuits from their investors. So that's like a real fucking thing that's happening.
What?
Yeah. So
That's insane. That's insanity. That's
We'll see how that goes. But,
they can definitely fight that. They can definitely fight that as a company. That's
I don't
that's,
know. We'll see.
Yeah, man, because if they are working on a game and there's a release date set in stone, the developers don't exactly make that release date. That's a release date made with everybody involved in it. And usually developers have the least say in like what we should do.
Well, it's the investors typically that have the say in when something comes out.
Absolutely. So like let's say I'm developing something, right? And then the investors are like, we want it out this day, and I'm like, it's not ready yet. You know, it's up to the investors to be like, hey, pump your brakes. It might be some shareholders who weren't involved in that might be suing them though.
It's so fucking wild though
That's
that like
insane that's happening.
First of all, it's a shame because the game's really good, but like it's honestly a shame that we've reached a point in like just generalized human society where like people like will release something when it's just not done and everybody just kind of says okay.
That's what's happening in video games, unfortunately. That's the turn it's taking, which is really scary.
I've been raging about this for a while, and I hear a lot of people on the other side saying it is foolish to blame the consumers, but I disagree.
Oh, it's the consumer's fault, absolutely.
I think
it's not the consumer's fault that the game is incomplete.
Well, you see, look, here's the thing. It's obviously not their fault. It's the consumer's fault for purchasing an incomplete game. Look at. I really think
there's a lot of
consumers'
fault too.
I think people need to hold themselves to a higher standard. I think it's the same reason when we briefly talked about OnlyFans and stuff. It's the reason why people are paying for lewds, non-nudity. They're paying for it. And they're saying that people are. It's just like say an incomplete game. They're not completely nude, and you're paying for it. And I'm saying no. Fucking have a little bit of patience, have a little bit of respect for yourself, and wait for them to finish this shit. Wait for them to offer you something better and then give them your money. Otherwise, they're not going to finish it. Why finish it if you keep giving them money? It's just it's not gonna change if you keep giving them money.
I agree.
If they don't get money, they'll fucking finish it better and quicker.
I agree. I don't think it's entirely analogous because I do think there are some people who prefer lewds to nudes, and there are people who are like, "Hey,
Those
you know
people
what?
are crazy."
I don't understand
are.
it, but
They're dumb people. They're fucking. You're stupid. Hey, wait, time out. You're stupid if you believe that.
I don't know, man. It's a thing that people like prefer like the mystery or whatever the fuck. So it's
I
like
understand about
those
teasing.
people.
Teasing's different.
So those people are like paying for like what they just genuinely want. This is like nobody wants to buy a broken game. Like I bought Cyberpunk. My hype was like really really low for it. Like I thought it was gonna be kind of like fine, and it's better than fine. But like all right, so I'm pretty happy with it. But the people who like put money down on this thing, and like really expected the world. It's sad that we should expect that it's just going to be broken on day one. Like, that's kind of the assumption now is like, okay, this is just going to release and it's going to be broken. It's a puzzle with half the pieces missing. Half the pieces are made of fucking paper. Half the pieces are circles. And it's like, all right, I guess that we could make this into a puzzle, I guess. It's a real shame. But I don't know if that's... I don't know. It's a mix of hype and investor nonsense and...
I have a different opinion, genuinely.
What do you have?
I believe that it's definitely partially the consumer's fault because all it takes is patience and creation. You know, definitely. It's the creators also. It's not only one person's fault. It's not only in one ballpark. But I think what happens is that when the creators say something's not ready, the way people like if you care about something being done, like if I'm like I love Star Wars, right? And if they were like, oh, these Star Wars movies are not turning out the way we want them to, and we have an idea what we want them to be, you know what? I get it. Take your time, make the best product possible. You know, that's how that's supposed to be working. You need a deadline. You know, you need to have some sort of idea when you're going to end it. You shouldn't keep stopping and be like, oh, I'm not ready. We're not ready yet. Keep getting, oh, we're not ready yet. That's like in school when you have a project you want to do, and you instead of like finishing it like, oh, it's not ready yet, first it's going to have an extension. But when people say that things aren't ready, especially something as ambitious as like Cyberpunk, you should understand that and be like, all right, cool. But people, like, when they said they weren't ready, people, like, fucking flipped the fuck out.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, my God, people are not done yet still. And it's just like, well, they're trying to make something unbelievable.
The people who are, like, really upset about the delays are, like, that's fucking wild. Like, I don't think I've ever been disappointed by a delay. Because delay...
No, I'm always like, good news.
Yeah, I'm like, thank God this thing got delayed. You know, like when they said Halo Infinite, oh, it's gonna come out in like a full, like it's gonna have a year-long delay. I was like, that's fucking. I'm way more excited for that game now that it's got a full other year of development than I was previously when I was like, I guess this could be fine. I guess
for me, the year-long delay was a lot for me, but I was at the same time I was just like, well. I was like, oh, it's stupid that they're delaying Halo because their console's going to come out without a flagship game, you know? So that's kind of dumb. But at the same time, I'm like, that probably means that Halo's going to be a better game. So I can understand. I can understand, like, oh, this is for the right reasons, you know? This is a delay for good reasons, you know?
And
it's not just they're dicking around.
Though. And that's the thing, though. It's always, nobody ever wants to delay a game.
Right.
It's only for the right reasons. Yeah. They want to make sure that it's not a fucking disaster, and they're trying to... You know, a lot of times delay the inevitable because sometimes you can't avoid the disaster like Cyberpunk. But the thing is, when it comes to investors wanting their money and they wanting their payout, they wouldn't get it if the consumers didn't give them money. Because investors wouldn't get shit back. Because it's like, oh, we're not buying anything. So they have the investors, the stockholders, anyone would have to be, well, shit, we're just going to have to wait until it's ready and then everybody will buy it. Like, we could... You know, they always say, like, the customer's always right and, you know, power to the consumers and all this shit, or power to the players or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. And it would work, but there's too many people that are impulsive and a lot of stuff is designed to get you to buy as quickly as possible. And then you have, you know, deceptive practices to make sure that only review the PC, only do this to try to, you know, a little bit of damage control. So it becomes a disaster, but I think it really stops at us if we just agreed across the board where, say, maybe 5% of people would buy Cyberpunk. But that's not enough for them to be like, oh shit, 5% of people is nothing. We just got to fucking keep working on this game until we can get fucking like half of people or maybe more to actually purchase it or something to where it would actually, we could do it. It is a utopian idea. I know.
You're just not gonna. You're never gonna defeat like the hype machine. Like the hype machine.
I wish we could, because we would all benefit. You know, they say a rising tide raises all ships, right? Yeah. We would all benefit from this.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of people, but there's also the idea too. This is my last factor, is that the creator needs to be honest at the same time. They need to be honest. They need to be more forthcoming with the points at which they're at. Because if you're not telling the truth, like if you're not telling me the truth about why you're delaying, and like if you come to me and delay, right, and you're like, all right, we're coming to you guys, we're gonna delay this, right, and you give me like a dev model or a dev version of it, and be like, this is where we're at now. I run into a lot of problems with glitches, X, Y, and Z. Just tell the truth. Like people aren't gonna get mad at that. You know, if you can break down, because people don't understand why things get delayed usually. We just don't get it, you know. But if someone comes to and breaks down like, hey, I'm trying to do this. You know, whenever I'm taking like a chemistry class, right, and I'm talking to my professor about how I'm not making the complex atom right, I break it like, I can't do this, right? They'll be like, I get why you're not able to do that, you know, and I'll give you more time. If they just showed us, if you just show us what's going on and tell us why you can't do this,
transparency. We'll
understand, and we'll still be on your side.
It's just better off to just kind of
be real.
Even if it's technical jargon that the majority of people won't understand, there will be like enough people who do understand it. Like I know there's really not that many devs who are really forthcoming about that stuff. Like 343's been pretty good about it. Like they just put out like a thing. Bungie's always been really good about that shit. And there's like a handful of other ones, but I feel like for the most part, whenever I go to like the website of like a game that I'm like looking forward to, it's just trailers and about this game and nothing really about like how far along the game is, what's being worked on. It's very like hush hush, and I don't know, like I get it, I guess, but that's the problem. It's right. They keep it hush hush to feed the hype machine, so that they can have a big blowout of information anymore, and get people hyped to pre-order their shit. So it's just this big like self-fulfilling cycle.
Self-replicating thing. It's like a machine that's literally creating itself now.
Yeah,
which is
you can't
insane
stop it
because it's like that's literally not how you do. That's not you do business correctly.
Yeah.
But it's gotten to the point that that's how things work. I can't stand it. That's why people talk shit about Bungie. I'm like, how can you talk shit about Bungie when they literally have Vidocs where they sit down, they admit to their wrongs as a company, and they move forward? Like no one else does that shit. Like not a other company I can think does shit like that.
Not many big studios do. There are a lot of indie developers that do that, but like.
That's like 4 people sitting down in a room being like, hey, you know what, we fucked up. You know, Bill was beating his dick instead of programming the last level or something like that. And he'll be like, yeah, my bad. It was a really tough day and I was pent up. But like, not whole like.
Can you imagine Among Us? Can you imagine Among Us launches with like just a broken task, and it just gets the developer
corrupts the
apology.
game.
It's just like, guys, I'm sorry. I had to rub one out, and like I couldn't make the deadline. Sorry, guys. It'll be out in like a week.
It was way tougher. It was like a half an hour, 45-minute rub, and I was just like, "What's wrong with me, dude?"
See, that was my question. Like, dude, how long does it take you to beat your dick? What's going on here?
He's got definitely an hour and a half rub, bro. It's just a knucklehead.
Like that's a fucking session, man. Like if you're just trying to relieve, like, come on, man.
He was stressed out.
Let's go.
He has to work against the deadline.
Exactly, bro. You don't get it, man.
So it's hard for him to get his dick up, right? And he was
no. The dick is up. The dick is always up. But the problem is that to just pass the threshold to get it done, it's a lot. It's like knocking down the Berlin Wall, bro. It took a lot of force to get that wall to start crumbling, and he got it crumbling eventually. But he didn't do a lot of coding when it was getting it crumbling. You know,
that's a shame, man. I don't have that issue, man. I can pop off whenever.
Jesus Christ,
it's a gift.
Anyway,
good for you, dude.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm super curious to see how this situation at CD Projekt turns out. I hope they end up okay, honestly, because like I do think this is like an investor issue, more so than a developer issue. As shitty as that is for the company, it's still the company doing it. I get it, but it would be unfortunate that this would be the game that we would all learn this lesson from. Like, oh hey, a company needs to face the music whenever they deceive the public. And it's like, of all games, really? This one?
Yeah, we couldn't have done this with Andromeda.
You couldn't have done this with...
We couldn't have fucking done this 3 years ago.
Andromeda, Fallout 76, fucking original No Man's Sky. There's plenty of other games that, like, man... I mean, I guess No Man's Sky's better now. Fair enough. But, I don't know. Like, I've been playing this game nonstop, and it's so fucking good underneath all of it, and it frustrates me that this is the one... that like finally everybody's like, oh yeah, consequences. It's like, what the fuck? You had terrible shit
me in the face.
for years. You had terrible garbage for years, and you were just like, God damn it.
Yeah.
You can't look me in the face and tell me Mass Effect Andromeda isn't the biggest grievance of a video game's creation in a long time.
It still makes me angry when those words are uttered. I get mad. Like it doesn't do that for anything else. Anything else
crazy bad, bro.
It sucks, man, because the only thing I say about some parts are beautiful. I'm like, God damn it. That Frostbite engine is fucking gorgeous. It's just they don't know what to do.
But it's almost even more frustrating because you kind of get a glimpse of like quality that you could have seen 100% applied throughout, that you're only seeing like snippets of. It's like, wow, that's a gorgeous looking vista/mountain. If only this was interesting.
If only the game was developed around it. If only my face didn't look like something out of a Burger King fucking cartoon. That'd be fan-fucking-tastic.
They do look like Happy Meals.
And then they threatened us with continuing the Mass Effect fucking trilogy.
No, not threatened. It's happening, bro.
They says, they threatened. I mean, with red letters saying "will continue," and I was like, "Fuck." I'm like, it's so sad because I normally in any other, I just picture myself like working at Newegg and fucking just being at my desk and like popping like, "Fuck yeah!" Like with that type of news. Like I picture myself back in the day, like, "Oh yeah," and then all was just like, "Fuck," and just thinking that I'm way more sad about that than that being like a good thing.
Know.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That is
Derek. They could fix it.
That is the
They
sad
could.
thing.
I mean, if they fuck up this time, I don't give a shit, dude. Like me and BioWare done. If that shit is fucked up.
I think one of the most depressing things about like just our collective psyche now is that it's kind of like shameful to be excited for things because we just kind of know better. You know? That is such a shame because like I remember when I was like younger. And, like, maybe it's just because I was, like, less informed or, like, less connected to the industry. That's definitely, like, probably, like, a lot of it. But I would get excited for shit constantly, you know? And I would get it, and it would live up to my expectations. You know? Like, I never had, like, crazy expectations for anything. It was just like, oh, I'm really, really excited to have a good time with that video game. And then video game would come out, and good time would be had. And then I'd be like, wow, what a great thing.
You also couldn't critique like that when you were little. You're like,
Oh, no, there were games that I fucking couldn't stand.
3. I loved Spider-Man 3, the video game, so fucking much when I was little. Even though I know that game was bad. My brain was like, this game is stupid. There was one portion in that game where you fight Kraven, and then what happened is some chick goes and puts a spell on the lizard, and you gotta fight a jacked version of the lizard. That game should have been stupid, but I played it and I loved it. And people were telling me it was bad, and I couldn't understand why it was bad. Like, I was like, what do you mean? Like, that game's terrible, King. So I was like, what do you mean? How is it terrible? Like, the controls don't work. The map is stupid. Everybody's just saying over. I was like, what do you? I was like, I don't get what are you talking about? I was getting arguments with people.
I remember the first time I had that shattered for me. I remember because I was really excited for Spider-Man 3, the movie, and I saw it, and I walked out for the first time in my life. I walked out of something that I was excited for and thought, I don't think I like that. I think that fucked me up a little bit because now it's like I always get into this situation where it's like if something new is happening, if there's like a new Halo game or something, it's like I let myself get excited and I have like, oh yeah, this is fun. I'm so happy, and then the next day I'm like, all right, reality check. You know,
you just snap. Yeah. You just remove your own excitement. You're fucking crazy, dude.
I don't let myself remain happy about anything.
You don't let yourself get hurt anymore.
Yeah,
I've been hurt too many times.
I'm not even. I've just been hurt once by Spider-Man 3.
You know,
I've
noticed though the best things though. The best things now, things that I do get hyped on, are things that I normally just didn't give a shit about. Like where I saw it, I'm like, that looks whatever, and then somebody comes and they're like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And one of thinking about the Castlevania series on Netflix, that was one of those word of mouth things where people are like, dude, this thing's stupid good.
That, dude. We stumbled into that show, man.
Nobody was like hyped on it, like, oh, there's gonna be a Castlevania fucking series on Netflix, dope. Like nobody said anything like that.
I didn't even know it was coming out, dude. Me and Chris were just in the living room one day, just dicking around. I was home from work early, and like, oh, this shit is on, right? And we watched it, and then it was like, yo, this is fucking awesome, dude. And then like 2 days later, new season came out. We're like, yo, this is fucking great. Yeah, like way better than it had any right to be.
We watched the whole series in the second we found it. We were just like looking for shit to watch while we were eating, and we were like, Castlevania has a show, and we were like, this is probably gonna be shit. And then it was fucking astoundingly good.
We were like, whoa.
If anybody listening to this hasn't seen Castlevania, this show on Netflix, you should really you owe it to yourself to watch it. It's so
one of our de facto roommates hasn't watched it yet, and we all we do is just slander her for it. She hasn't watched it yet.
It's pretty
infuriating. You have every right to do that.
Yeah,
it's very disrespectful for her not to watch that. I don't know what's going on with her, but you guys need to talk to her.
We will.
I think the thing that pierced the veil for me was I loved Kingdom Hearts so much growing up. I loved it a lot.
I just like the intro, man. I couldn't really get into the game. Like that fucking piano is like, that shit hits different, dude. But I just couldn't get into it. I tried, and I'm like, this shit's for like wimpy bitches, man. I don't know. I can't. It's for like wimpy kids. It was like there was something about it, man, that just.
What are we talking about?
Just
Kingdom
shitting
Hearts?
on me, just shitting all
Kingdom
over
Hearts.
me right now.
Well, I mean, it's just dude,
Shitting all over me.
I couldn't. There was just something about like all that fantasy shit that I would be playing, and like Sora is like the biggest bitch ever, and it was hard for me to like.
Sora.
That's what was so hard for me to say. Like I liked fucking with Donald and Goofy. They were cool, man. They're good. They're good companions. But like I just couldn't get over Sora. Like I hate this guy. I really don't like. I didn't even beat. I couldn't even finish the last boss because I was just like I'm over it. I got far enough. I don't need to know what happened.
You got to the last boss in Kingdom Hearts?
You played pretty much the whole game. Yeah.
Okay. So let me actually. I used Game Shark though. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Oh, okay.
You're a
So
piece
once-
of shit. What?
Well, dude, because I couldn't stand, but I was invested enough to where I remember I was fighting Jafar and I was getting a little annoyed, and then I was just like, this isn't worth it. I wasn't really enjoying it, but I was putting in too much work. So then I got Game Shark for man, Game Shark was dope, dude. Back in the day,
It was powerful.
that was pretty cool. And then the games got too big, and then that shit just went away. They're like, oh, we can't fucking handle all this code. And but yeah, that was fun. I remember I think I maxed out my shit, and then I just fucked everything up, and then.
Dude,
but then I got to the main boss and I was like, I don't care anymore. Sorry. I wish I liked the premise, but for some reason I just couldn't follow through with it.
But I played 3, right? And after I played 3, I went and I was talking to Chris and Gabby, like, and I was just like, were all these games terrible? And I was just like blind to all of them. Like I was so fucking like something malfunctioned in my brain where I was just like, were all these games very bad?
Yeah.
And I just thought they were good? Am I stupid? Have I always been stupid?
I've always hated
And now
them.
I'm afraid to play those games again because I'm pretty sure they were really bad. And I'm afraid to destroy that much of my memories because I'll turn into a bad person. I'll just become a bad person.
It's best to avoid those. The games that you were really fond of when you were young that you're just kind of uncertain about, definitely don't go back to them.
Because just before that, I played Red Dead, Spider-Man, fucking Witcher. I was playing all these like phenomenal video games, God of War, and then I played fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was just like,
What the fuck is
what
this
the
bullshit?
fuck is this shit? Dude?
It's of a different time for sure.
I was like, what the fuck?
I mean that is
Bro,
definitely like the remnants of a PS3 game. You know what I mean? Like that was not like.
That could have been a PS2 game, bro.
It could have been a PS2 game, save for like maybe literally just the resolution. But I don't know. That stuff Kingdom Hearts to me was just always like, wow, somebody invented a perfect fusion of two things that I just don't care about. It was the worst possible game for me. I don't really care about Disney. I don't really care about Final Fantasy. So when people came to me, it's like, hey, you want to play this video game that's both of these things? I remember being like, why would you suggest this to me?
Yeah, I like Disney. I actually do like Disney. But
I'm a Disney fan, too. I'm a Final Fantasy fan, too, actually, truth be told.
I can't. I try to get into. I've played. I never. People would probably be like, "Oh, that's crazy. You never finished 7." But 7 was like, it was fun for a little bit. But it was also the art style was kind of the way the people were drawn really dumb to me, and it annoyed me. And I played it so late that Final Fantasy 8 was just about to come out, so I started playing that for a while. And people were like, "I don't like this one," but
8 is dope.
Played it enough. I played it enough to where I'm like, it was okay. I do like turn based combat because it was like chess, and for a while when I was like stupid, I was playing chess, or at least trying to be smart, I guess.
Stupid?
But then
Chess
it's
is
just
fucking
not
dope,
that,
man.
Yeah, chess is one of those things that like brilliant people play and stupid people try to play, and I was like one of those stupid people trying to play where I'm like, I'm not going to get to the point where I'm moves ahead of the other person to really be able to win. Like, I don't care enough to invest in that. But the strategy games, like say turn-based combat, was similar, but it was much more engaging
enough.
because
it was dumbed down enough so you could like it because it had cool shapes and colors and shit.
Stupid powers and stuff like that, and so it was like, okay, I'm gonna die if I don't choose the right thing, and I like that. I like that you had like, it was kind of like you're waiting and like, okay. And then if it was RNG based, like if it was like, oh, something might proc or not, it made the stakes even more. You're like, fuck, I don't know if this is going to land or not. And it was really fun. I really liked that shit. But something about that anime stuff, the hair and everything, it just never got me, man. Like I like watching a lot of the cartoons or whatever that came out back in the day, but I never like was drawn to it. Like say, oh, Naruto's dope. Like I like him as a person. Like I just like Goku and Vegeta because they were strong as shit. And when you're a little kid, you're like, yeah, I want to beat people up. It's pretty cool, you know. Like I don't know. That was about it. I kind of like, but philosophically, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm insulting so many people.
You're just not an
it's
animated
literally
person.
just a preference. Like I think I have the same kind of proclivity where it's like, oh yeah, like I liked Dragon Ball, and there's some anime that I like Cowboy Bebop, and like the occasional one that's like genuinely great.
Yeah.
But as a style, it's definitely one of those things that's very, I don't want to say necessarily oversaturated. It's just I'll put it this way: I don't have a brain that is wired in a way that can appreciate the subtle differences between these shows. Because, like, I look at a lot of those animes and I see the same show over and over again. Like, the same character designs over and over again. It's like, oh, hey, Goku is Naruto, literally. It's like a strong blonde-haired dude in an orange jumpsuit with, like, blue highlights. And it's like, and he eats a lot. And he's, like, he wants to be the best. And it's like, all right. And, like, every woman looks the same and has the same exact voice. And it's like, oh, my God.
I think you're overreaching now, but I do understand how.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
Once you see the biggest part of that medium, it gets hard for you to focus out of that one and everything else if you've seen.
The art style that a lot of people in high school would draw is, you know what I mean? Like, it's that all the time. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I can't not. It looks the same to me, and I totally get it. It's just because I'm just, like, not really ingratiated in this field. I'm sure everybody's going to be like, oh, you know, you could say the same thing about, like, Halo armors between games. It's like, oh, it looks the same. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? How can you not see that? I'm sure people are going to be the same thing with that stuff.
That's a good point.
But, you know, I don't know. Like, it's totally fine to have that preference, I think. It just
makes sense. I'm not even an anime fan anymore myself, really. Like, all I do is shit on anime. I can barely sit down and watch it because of the fan base that it's acquired. Like, the young kids that like anime make me sick.
Yes,
like, I can't stand. I want to fight them.
Preach, nigga.
I want to de-age myself and beat them up. Like, I would love if I could do that. But,
bro,
like,
I saw. I went to go get some chicken probably a couple weeks ago.
Of course you did.
Yeah, fuck you, man. There's just a famous chicken place in L.A. And there was a kid that ran right in front of me. You know, almost crashed into me doing that ninja run, that Naruto shit, and I just had flashes of just stomping that kid out. I'm like, you have no idea how stupid you look, but you know, it's a kid. It's fine.
Nah, it's not. It's not fine. It's not fine. What happens is they grow up and they keep that mentality, then they have kids and they teach their kids that. It's not fine. But it's
dude, that fucking I've been staring at that ass in my, like, you know how I put the clip in the chat of that chick.
Oh,
that Twitch chick. It's just been staring at me in the face the entire time. I'm like, dude, this is like.
Oh yeah. So.
That's so fucking distracting.
So we were talking about whether or not we wanted to talk about this because it was kind of hard to find the actual source of this, but so Twitch has been going through some like kind of interesting things lately. They just recently banned simp, incel, and virgin. On Twitch, so you can't. But that's the weird thing about it. It's like you can still say those words, but like you can't. What is it? You can't make fun of people's sexuality using those words. Or
here's the thing that doesn't make sense. They say you can use them, but in the right context, meaning that you can't use them as a pejorative, but they're always used as a pejorative. So how the fuck?
You just can't use those words then. You nullify those words.
Who's talking about just simps and incels in general? They're calling people simps and incels.
I guess.
They're always a pejorative.
Virgin.
Always.
Virgin is a real thing.
What I find hilarious is that we live in a world where this website thinks that simp, incel, and virgin are the same as the N-word. or to call someone.
Well, no, because they don't.
It's the same power. You got to do this. You got to have the same reaction.
They
it's the same kind of
They don't
thing.
think it's the
They're
same.
protected. Simps are a protected class, man. Let's be real.
Let's
be real. They're marginalized.
You can say the F word. You can say that. You can make fun of people. All these things, and now up there with those words, fighting for their spot, climbing the wall, getting to the top of the mountain is now simp, incel, and virgin. And I'm like, what?
Of the classes of the oppressed, I think
The classes.
it's like it's obviously white people at the top.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Obviously, they're the most oppressed.
Then right
And
under
then-
is indigenous.
And then way below them is minorities. And then
Yeah.
Way
above
below,
white
of
people
course.
is simp.
Yeah.
Now simp, incel, and virgin have reached the mountaintop. They've reached the pursuit. They've done
You guys
it.
remember that food pyramid? Like, the simps are all the way at the tippy top. Like, that's fucking.
No, they're not even in it anymore, dude. They're somewhere else, man.
they're
like
on
at
the fucking
they're at
tip of
the
it.
Peak, the little peak at the top. That's where
They're
simp is.
they're Criss Angel mind freak levitating above the fucking pyramid. That's what they are. It's fucking
The
so
internet
wild.
is
The
so
king of the
fucking
incels, man.
stupid, dude.
Criss Angel, king of the incels.
Dude,
King, bro.
that guy was fucking. There was zero chance that dude was fucking before he got famous.
Oh, absolutely.
Zero
No,
chance.
no, he was definitely
Oh, no,
fucking
he
like
definitely
seam
was.
girls. He's definitely fucking a shot of seam girls. Bro, I was fucking seam girls. He was fucking seam
you
girls,
thi-
definitely. He was fucking.
He was like those. He looked like those fucking. Do you remember for a while there was these pickup artists and they made shows about them?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
looked like those fucks. Like those people that nobody fucked them until they got famous.
He was
'Cause
definitely he was definitely getting fucking like blue haired fucking
You know why?
blue hair fucking leather bracer pussy.
You know how I know
Maybe.
You know how I know he definitely has like an insane body count?
Why?
Wow.
He's a magician.
What do you mean? Is he fucking hypnotizing women, banging them, or what? What's happening?
No, it's just like here's just this. You have a gothic looking dude who does magic.
Dude, that
Like,
shit could
that's-
work on.
It's gonna work. It's just gonna work.
17-year-old me
you
that
think
would have
that
worked
shit gets
on.
pussy dripping? You think that shit gets the wet ass
I
pussy?
think for that crowd, yes, I think it
Yes,
does.
definitely does.
Because it's
I just-
almost.
I
You know
think-
why? Because it's almost like, oh, what are they? Like
no. I don't think so, bro. Dude.
Wow, maybe you're a vampire or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Twilight people who just want to be with
worked,
somebody
bro.
who's like vaguely magical, and they're
Do you
like, I
think
guess
those
this is
people are
fine.
fucking though? They're not having sex.
They definitely fucking, bro.
Here's
They're
the-
not fucking, man.
Derek,
the
Derek,
vampires
Derek.
and shit.
Derek,
What?
They're
Look at
definitely
all-
fucking.
I want you to take a good look. Take a good look at everybody in this lobby. We all have sex. It is not the bar of like, can you have
You just
sex?
shat on everybody. in
Exactly.
existence, pretty much.
But I'm just trying to make a point where it's like the bar of like, oh, is that achievable? It's not really that high of a bar. We're on not even like for us. I'm just saying like generally, like it's just the older you get, the more easy I think or the more common you realize it is that people are just out there fucking. You know, you see like these shows on like TLC of like hoarders who have no right to be loved by anyone, who just have families and like fucking wives and children. It's
fucking
like how
attractive
the fuck-
wives sometimes. You're like,
but
what the
some-
fuck?
I feel
times.
like I just feel like their dickhead is just barely getting any penetration, and then they
Derek.
explode, and that's it. That's
Derek,
it.
I think
to me,
it's
like-
so unattractive
I
to
feel-
you that you can't believe someone would fuck them.
It
But I'm
just-
telling
just-
you, Derek,
I'm trying to
it
figure,
works.
Look, okay. To me, To me, sex like requires like motion and shit. Right? There's like some shit happening. There's some shit involved. I just feel like there's just like bodies just like kind of like slapping each
Criss
other.
I lay there
Angel
stiff as a
can,
board, bro. I
Criss
turn into
Angel
a
can
board just-
fly, Derek.
Yeah, but it was before. I was saying before he got famous. I don't know if he was fucking. I don't know.
He didn't learn to
Like,
fly
because
after he
here's
got
the deal.
famous.
How many? Good point.
That's why he's famous, because he can fly.
Those two are synonymous, Derek. He could always fly.
But look. How many women do you know that are magicians that are actually into that shit?
Women aren't highly evolved enough to do magic.
Calm down, dude. I knew so many fucking girls
fucking
that were like,
lying
we're
ass bitch.
Wiccans and we believe in the energy. Dude, I swear
Wiccans
to
is not,
fucking
dude.
God, bro.
Wiccans are not magicians. Magicians
Derek,
are
Derek,
give me
I
a fucking Look at Criss Angel is a musician that looks emo. Okay,
Derek, I get it, but
no, but you're conflating the two. They're not the same fucking
thing. There are points where they
thing.
converge, because there are girls who, like, I'm a witch and I consider myself a witch, all right? And like some girls that just people that just don't know.
You want to see me pull a rabbit out of my pussy? Is that what you're saying? That's
people
not
that
like
just
that's
people
not
that are
what I'm talking
ignorant
about.
to what they are and they like it and they don't think anyone understands them.
Do any of the girls that you have fucked, have any of them been like, hey, could you please show me a magic trick? Did any of them love?
Not me, because I can't do that. But they've definitely been watching Criss Angel's Mind Freak while I've been around.
Hold on, let's all just calm down for a second.
Been there, Derek. It's insane. I know. It sounds stupid.
There's an easy way to get to the bottom of this very obviously heated debate.
Yeah.
Take into account currently how many people are on the planet, not even just the planet, just in our country, who believe in insane shit. Just like whack job, like way out of the realm of possibility, like insane shit. Especially now, like in a post like stolen election world, you know. Just tally that amount of people in your head.
Sure.
It's like
you have to know that there are people who genuinely thought that Criss Angel could fucking fly and thought that was lit as fuck.
Lit as fuck. Yeah.
Derek, sounds insane.
As sad as that is.
Yeah, look,
and also,
look,
like, I mean, think about like the crazy shit that a magician could get up to. You know?
Yeah,
Derek,
I mean,
Derek,
look,
you're telling me
he's like, the condom's missing. It's like, what? You finished inside me? It's like, yeah, but like, take a drink of your water. It's like, it's cum. You know?
Did he have any like tricks or any? Did he say anything? Was he like,
it's cum. Take a sip of your
like,
drink. It's cum.
I don't think I've ever seen him do anything. I just think he looked too fucking stupid. He upset me.
He floated a couple times.
You're telling me that if this fucking dude with all these tattoos came up to you and fucking walked on water and said, "Oh, I'm a fucking magician," they wouldn't dude, that shit could have worked on me when I was 17. I'd be like, "Holy shit, this is a magician. I don't like boys, but when am I gonna get a chance to fucking magician again?" You know? You gotta think. You gotta think of it. Yeah, think of it.
I concede to that point that it would be good to have the magician notch on your belt.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do you fuck a magician? He's like, yeah.
Good.
Like, how was she? Well, he was very gentle. That's it.
Anyway.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I guess so.
Anyway, so Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch, right?
So
literally,
were we talking about Twitch?
So yeah, we were talking about Twitch banning terms like incel and virgin based on the context. It's like whatever. But another thing happened super recently that I was like really baffled by, where like this chick, her name was like Misbehavin'.
Yep.
I heard through the grapevine that she got banned on Twitch because she had accidentally revealed her bits, you know, her lady parts,
bits and pieces,
her pussy. Is what I'm trying to say.
Pussy and her butthole.
Her pussy and her butthole was just out there, and I was like, okay, well, that's
butthole.
crazy. That's pretty wild. And she got banned for like 3 days. It was just a 3-day ban, and I was like, okay, that's you know, even for an accident, that's kind of weird. By the way, I'm not even saying this is like, honestly, get naked on Twitch for all I give a shit. Like, I don't give a shit.
But that's what we were saying at first, right?
Yeah,
we were saying that like, how do you accidentally expose your pussy and or butthole? How does that accidentally happen?
Yeah, and then we saw the video, and it's definitely not an accident.
Definitely was just showing. She probably said my camera wasn't. I didn't know my camera was on. But at the same time, who's just
spreading their ass cheeks open in front of their off webcam?
Yeah. Straight up
off
spreading.
computer.
Like my favorite thing, like that angle. That's like my favorite thing, and it's like intentional. It is clearly intentional.
Derek
I'm like,
knows
what
intention.
are you doing?
Derek knows
I know
intention.
that. I know intent. And I'm like, yo, when I'm talking to my lady, I'm like, you do this now, and I want it right now, and I appreciate it when you do it, but it's good. But I'm just saying, I demand this shit, and when it happens, it is 1 billion% intent, and I can't wrap my head around how she was banned for 3 days.
That is pretty
Shit
wild.
happens, bro.
So as we said before, like obviously my opinion is I don't really care. Like Twitch, fucking do whatever the fuck you want on Twitch. I think I don't really give a shit. But if we're going based solely on the consistency of the rules being applied, this is kind of wild that like somebody could just like obviously intentionally just like that's the most pornographic thing I've ever seen on Twitch. Like ever.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
bar none.
Like there's
By a huge fucking standard.
Maybe there was like this one video of somebody like leaving their webcam on when they like went to go fuck or something. I'm sure that's happened at least once. But
Oh yeah, it happens.
I haven't seen
happens
that
to me.
video, and I've seen this one, and this is very, very much out of the realm of like accidental. And it's it was clearly to like promote her OnlyFans, which is a brilliant marketing tactic.
Absolutely
Genius. 'Cause even if she got permanently banned, she's getting a myriad of fucking followers.
Right.
You know, you can stream on OnlyFans. Like you could do that on OnlyFans too, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait,
Like
you could do
That's
that?
crazy. I've heard this, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this shit.
Bye guys, I quit. I'm gonna go stream on OnlyFans.
I was like, what the fuck's going on, bro?
yeah, I've heard it, man.
That's
I
crazy.
am legitimately gonna get back in shape. I'm charged up. I'm gonna fucking because I'm making an OnlyFans exclusively for my fucking thighs, man. Because the thighs are in season for the men, dude. The women are looking at the fucking thighs, man. And I'm gonna fucking work those things out like crazy, and then it's just gonna be exclusive to that. And hey, man, even if I can get a fraction of what the women normally get, it'll still be a good
That's
chunk
good
of
money.
change.
Look, all I'm saying is if I could play Destiny and have a camera on my dick and I keep making it jump every time I get a kill and then make it stand up and like do tricks, I would do that for money. I would have to talk to my lady first, but I have really good control of my penis. That's marketable, especially on OnlyFans, you know?
Especially on as opposed to like
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. I have really good control of my penis.
It's astounding, dude. It's better than a well-trained dog, bro. Like it's impressive, you know?
that's such a low bar that you've just given.
A police dog is very well trained, bro. It's miraculous.
Okay, police is different than just a well-trained dog.
A very well trained dog, man.
Okay.
Like it can point where cocaine is. It can tell if you have cancer. Like it's impressive.
Do you
dude.
think? Wait, hold on a second. This is a genuine question. It just came into my head. Do you think addicts seek out like discontinued like canine unit dogs?
I hate you.
Like if like a canine unit gets like hurt or something, like an addict is gonna want to adopt that thing, right? You'd imagine.
What happens is canine
to
units
find
when
the,
they
to
when
what
they
to
get
find
hurt.
the drugs?
Yeah, to be like, hey, point me in the direction of cocaine, buddy. Spike.
No, canine units usually get retired to police officers that are retiring at the same time from the precinct.
Police officers can be addicts.
Oh, absolutely, you're very right.
They like don't they like as soon as they're done they just shotgun to the face?
No, they just give them to people because I know they give like freaking SEAL Team 6 dogs. They gave them to some of the SEAL Team 6 people, which is insane.
Don't they just kick? Don't they just kick them to death when they're done?
I don't like that. Those are my favorite kinds of.
That's why
No, I
that's why
couldn't,
they're
Derek.
called canines, because they get KO'd by
They
fucking
get
size
kicked-
nines.
They get kicked 9 times till they die, bro.
Kick 9. Oh my god, that's the worst thing ever.
Shit,
but
man. I'm not even laughing at that really because I really like dogs.
I love dogs. I fucking absolutely love dogs, man. But
Well-
the idea of hurting a dog that badly is
Well, you know
You're
what?
crying from that, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?
because it's so absurd. It's so absurd. It's funny to me. Come on, man.
Well, if you like dogs,
like punching babies.
If you like dogs, why not buy yourself a new dog for Christmas with your $600 stimulus check?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That should be
Good
coming
segue,
in.
Christopher.
$600 is coming your way, maybe sometime soon, possibly if you qualify.
Yes.
100.
Yes, that's
Guys,
very cool, guys.
we're fucking saved, dude. We can finally retire.
That's
know?
crazy because my rent is more than that.
So,
But you know what? That $600 will do something.
Hold on. You're acting like this is nothing. When I did the math, okay, and I figured out that since the last stimulus check, which, by the way, was not received by everybody,
Yes. Very much
since
so.
the last stimulus check, this new stimulus check would amount to about a little over $4 a day since the last stimulus. So
a little bit more.
I mean, that's a ton, dude. That's like
Jesus Christ.
2 20-piece McNuggets. You know,
No,
you could
that's
feed
like-
your family.
That's like a 20-piece nugget, no drink.
No
Don't
drink.
think you're getting that drink, buddy.
No drink. No drink. But there's rainwater. I mean, come on. Don't be
Yeah,
greedy.
there's rainwater. Definitely want to drink some rainwater. It's a little acidic at first, but all you have to do is dilute it. You know, if you got enough water in there, you won't even taste the acid rain. You know, so yeah, I mean, America is a joke, dude. This place is a joke, man.
It
I'm gonna
is
tell you, man.
wild.
Canada, they're getting like 2,000. You know, they
consistently,
get 2,000
dude.
bills.
Consistently a month, bro.
Yeah.
Since this has happened.
What?
People don't understand. Like I say,
You didn't know
this,
that?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're getting it
man.
monthly.
People, some other countries are actually taking care of their citizens.
Italy,
You know,
Italy's on top of the game. The fucking Nord
praise
places. I forgot what it's
praise
called, like
Mussolini,
Sweden and shit. They're fine. They're functioning like they're functioning countries again.
But socialism, bro.
Dude,
Socialism.
Chris, the Caribbean, where we are from, where our blood stems from, is fine. St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, they're chilling. They're fucking functioning again.
Wild.
Oh, you know what I've seen though. You know what I've seen from some conservatives. They've said, I've seen this multiple times. So they're all obviously parroting this. They're saying, "Well, this is the socialism you guys voted for."
What?
This is like the 600 exactly. And I was just like,
This is what's happening under.
Like-
this was happening before. This is.
It's wild. It's wild too because it's like only like
Yes.
it's it's only like a sliver of it's only like the money that we see from the stimulus is really just like a really small sliver of this overall like big kind of stimulus package that's like supposedly
Huge.
like most of it's going to obviously like multi-billion-dollar corporations
Businesses and shit,
who are
yeah.
very obviously in desperate. I know Amazon's really hurting right now.
"Oh no, they're
You know,
getting
absolutely,
probably
dude.
80% of the fucking money."
Yeah, I know.
It's like, dude, they're getting like 45% of it. No joke. Like
Like
actually.
Jeff's like, "Fuck, man, I don't know if I can get my Gulfstream fucking 20. Like, I really need this fucking stimulus. Can you help me out?" And they're like, "Oh, absolutely,
It's
absolutely."
insane,
And
bro.
the workers, the guys that are getting you that fucking Gulfstream, you know, I'm gonna give you $5.
It's so fucking sad. Like I really don't even like Pelosi and like those people.
Mitch
like,
McConnell and Pelosi just sucking each other off
they-
and pretending
Can
like
I-
they're at odds.
Guys,
Pretending.
can I say something crazy to you? This is going to this. I hate to admit this, as I hate the guy. I fucking hate him. But Donald Trump said yes to a $2,000 stimulus check. He was like, "Give them $2,000."
Yeah, but
And
politics
Sanders
was-
and a few of the Democrats were like, "Yeah, we understand it." And then Pelosi, who's on our team, was like, "No, don't
Pelosi
give it to
ain't
them."
on nobody's team, nigga.
She's wearing the blue. She may not be fighting for the blue, but she's wearing it at least.
like every single it's bullshit, man.
I understand.
Like this whole thing,
that
they're
this
not
is-
the people. If you look at what overwhelmingly people want in this fucking country and the representatives that we fucking put, you know,
it's a joke.
in place, they're not doing it. And at that point, I always say this: at any other job that we have, us peasants, we can't fucking not do our job and keep our job, but they can.
That's the problem. That's a huge
it's-
problem with it.
It is, yeah.
asinine.
They don't even like work. Like I feel like they work like what, like half the year or something, or even less than that, and they still get like it's fucking wild.
I feel like all they do is they literally just like they only work during their Congress meetings or right before the time of voting happens. I feel like they don't do shit ever
it's,
other than
it's
that.
It's depressing, and you know, like obviously this is a comedy podcast. We don't have to get too like deep into this shit, but
Sure,
I
sure.
would just like to say, I've always believed that everybody deserves, you know, some level of human decency. Respect is earned. Human decency is
Expected.
But Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are not people. They're just not people. I genuinely do not consider them human beings.
They're cogs in the machine.
It's
can't- you
totally,
can't-
it's anything you could say about them is totally fine. Like, fuck them.
We're just stuck getting shafted as a people.
I'd like to mention that, like, when the governor of Puerto Rico was hoarding supplies, and like withholding aid from the island, the people on that island built a guillotine and wheeled it up to the governor's estate, threatening him, demanding that he resigned. And here,
well, that's real mob justice.
that's kind of the thing. It's
That is the thing.
I don't think violence is the answer necessarily to every situation.
See, look, it's
but
not,
No, violence
and
at this
obviously-
point
and
is now the
obviously,
answer.
listen,
I
this is-
disagree now.
but
well,
I don't think so.
Point.
At this point,
look,
is the answer already, I think.
At a certain point, look, here's the deal.
No,
Like,
hold
let's
on.
think about
Let
this.
me finish though.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not the answer to every situation, but
Absolutely,
at
you're
the
right about
fucking very least, you gotta make a show. Like, at least make a fucking show like you're gonna do something. Like, they didn't fucking lob anybody's head off in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But the fact
Show
that they
them
had
fucking business.
But the fact that they had the balls to wheel a guillotine up to the fucking mayor's estate, that is no joke. And even if the people in that building don't believe that anything's gonna happen, that's gonna freak them the fuck out, and that's gonna make them maybe do something. So I don't know. Just don't. I don't know. It's just depressing how placated everybody is, and like I'm the same way too. You know, like honestly, like I'm in my room. I'm relatively comfortable compared to like the overwhelming majority of the planet, I guess. So like, there's not as much of an urgency for me to do anything in comparison to like people who've like, you know, experienced some crazy shit in the past, but. And I think like when I levy this criticism, it's also levied at me, in that we're just so comfortable with all this.
Yes,
and it's sad.
Look at us in our position, and I think about this. I actually saw 2 videos, and I had to turn it off after a while because it was showing small businesses shutting down, and the owners just fucking breaking down and shit.
It's so sad.
And seeing other and I was just like, I can't watch this anymore, man. Like, because I was like, these are the people that need that money, and they're the ones getting $600. Like
insane,
us,
bro.
we can survive. We can hustle online. We can.
We're making do. You know, we can stream.
Yeah.
We can fucking make
but
our
there's
videos.
people that what that is $600. Really, in my opinion, just still trying to be on the outside looking in, is that it seems worse than nothing. It really does. Because at least if it was nothing, in my opinion, is that it's like, oh, some bullshit happened to where they couldn't settle something. Where it's like, oh, we settled and we're giving you fucking scraps. And to me, it almost seems much more of a sting where it's like, bro, give us just a little bit more of that money. Allocate like $1 billion from that other bullshit and give people something. Give them fucking $4,000 or $5,000 fucking dollars. It's not gonna do anything to the other corporations. Like, oh, they're just.
If anything,
it's just like,
it'll probably help them because, like, people, like, yo, man, people.
Yeah.
You
know,
spend money to stimulate
Amazon,
the economy. That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, like, Amazon's doing fucking great because everybody has to go to them now because people are like people aren't super comfortable going to like, stores or like mom and pop shops. Like, Amazon doesn't need any amount of aid at all, especially now. Like, the aid that they've, like, any aid that Amazon receives is essentially just the fact that the pandemic is happening and they're seeing like a massive uptick in users and sales on the website. Like, their aid is the pandemic. Like, they don't need
Absolutely.
like companies
In a
like
way
that
of thinking,
they don't need anything. It's just
shit.
It's wild, man.
We really just need to realize that George Gates is the cause of all these problems, man. If we have to come together. We have to come together and take care of George Gates before he reaches his final form.
It was those goddamn connects, man. It was the connects.
It was, dude.
The second the connects came, everything fell apart.
Delta waves, or beta waves. What was it called again? Omega delta waves. It was releasing those, and it fucking fucked our brains. It turned the frogs gay. That was the first sign. The frogs became gay, and we were like, "Fuck, we're not paying attention to it." And Alex was like, "Yo, listen to me, right? The frogs are fucking gay, and that's only the beginning."
People thought Criss Angel stole the election, and I just can't comprehend why.
That is the thumbnail. Criss Angel stole the election. Please make that the thumbnail. That is it. That is it right there.
Excuse me? I like that a lot.
All right, let's move on to some questions.
These questions, we've been rambling for a little while now.
We've been rambling for a minute. Atrasoni wrote in. He says, "Hello, Steve Raygun, Mario Judah's distant cousin, and shot Uncle Derek.
Nice.
I hope you guys are having a decent day over the soon-to-be nuclear wasteland of the United States. My question is, if you could collab with Jonathan Young and sing any song, be it an original or a cover, what would it be? Also, do the previous episode segment on Oh, this is extra. Listen, you gotta. Every question has one question. Yeah, there's got to be a rule there. We can't.
Let's be fair.
Let's be fair, but." This was like a leftover question from because we talked it last week about like Jonathan Young coming up, but he never did because we never got this far.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting because he's been all over my recommended lately.
Yeah, he's I actually caught him doing "Carry On My Wayward Son." I thought it was a fucking great cover.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I thought that was interesting because I've been wanting to do a cover of "Dust in the Wind," like metal style. So I was like, maybe I'll hit him up about that, but. I hit him up months ago, or no, somebody tagged me in one of my covers, and they said, "Oh, collab with Jonathan Young," and I said, "I don't know, maybe in the future." Like, I'm not, like, I don't. Here's a guy that does it professionally for years,
Yeah.
and who has infinity billion views. Where I'm like, I'm literally just learning. I don't want to collab with him, but he was like very generous and like, "Hey, man, yeah, like," I said, "I'll hit you up when I know what I'm doing at all." So it's just not powerful. Perfect voiceover garbage, like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And but he critiqued one of my covers, which was a good critique, so I can like learn how to improve. But I do plan on hitting up Jonathan for this NSYNC cover I'm doing.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
NSYNC?
So next year I'm gonna cover. I was supposed to do it already, but then I got distracted and I just did that. What was that? My Immortal real quick. I just did that one really quick, just to like bust it out of the way. But I'm going to do Tear It Up My Heart, and I feel like Jonathan Young's voice is perfect for it, what I hear. There's like the second verse of that song where I'm like, I think, but I need to polish it so where it's like it's good enough to where I feel like I can present it to him and be like, hey, you want to be on this? Because I don't want him to be like, oh, it sounds like shit. No, I don't want my fucking, like, my perfect voice to be on your fucking garbage. And I totally understand,
That's
bro.
hilarious. I know exactly what I would love to sing with Jonathan Young. The fucking 80s Ninja Turtles theme. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell. I would love that. Because that'd be
Nigga
hilarious enough for me to actually be on that song and it not be hyper jarring. It would just be something weird enough to be like, oh, you guys know Tom Sweeney was on that shit with Jonathan Young? And I'd be like, yeah, dude, it was great.
Yeah. I want to do the Flintstones Vitamins theme.
I don't even remember that.
We're the Flintstones kids.
10 million strong and growing.
I remember the Flintstones. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought maybe that was it, but then I thought maybe is there something else?
That'd be hilarious.
You know what's a
dude.
wild, unnecessary fact about that?
What?
Were you
The
on
dude-
the commercials?
No, the dude who did those that jingle wrote the entirety of the Halo trilogy's soundtracks.
Really?
Yes,
Is that like
yeah.
real?
That's actually like that's not like a bullshit like how Dr. Drew is dead. That's like a real actual fact. It's fucking
That was
ridiculous.
So that's as weird as like learning that David Hayter wrote fucking X-Men and shit, X2 or whatever. Where I'm like,
What?
how, like,
What?
yeah. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that?
Huh?
Solid
Wait,
Snake
guys,
wrote fucking
explain
X2?
to me who's Dave Hayter again, because I think I know who he is. That's Solid's voice, right?
Solid Snake. Solid Snake.
What the fuck?
Oh, I thought this was like common knowledge. That's why I thought.
You're lying. You're lying.
No, I'm
to me.
definitely not lying. I'm definitely not lying.
What the fuck? He was David Hayter was awarded the Saturn Award for Best Writing in 2000 for his work on X-Men. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was definitely not lying. I was just like, it was one of those things where it's like,
what?
That's crazy. I don't believe you.
No, that's true. That's a fucking fact.
I don't care. You guys could be pulling one over me. I haven't seen this myself. I don't believe you.
I
don't
brought it up for a
believe you.
specific reason. Well, I mean,
David
see, this is
Hayter-
That is
Solid Snake.
insane. What the fuck?
I
This
think
is
he's also
fucking-
involved
this
in
is-
writing a Black Widow too. What the fuck
I don't
is
know.
this?
I don't know anything about that, but
Listen, Logan. Listen,
I,
Logan. You gotta have more
Logan.
claw popping, all right?
Nightcrawler.
Xavier.
This really
Nightcrawler has fighting scene.
Can Nightcrawler say nigga out loud? I mean, he's blue, not quite black.
This
Transylvanian nigga.
This really fucked me up
He's
a little bit.
Transylvanian blue nigga. Damn.
That is weird though. It's just like the what was it? AC/DC is Australian.
Exactly, or that Jay-Z is Japanese.
Japanese Jay-Z.
Japanese.
That shit could kill somebody. If that shit was real, it could kill someone. Someone could stop being alive. They saw that.
That's fucking crazy. I can't believe I didn't know that. That's such a weird, because that is just weird enough that I certainly have heard that before. I just must have like never bothered to commit it to memory.
Yeah, like it was so like out there. You probably just like, oh, whatever.
That's something
that's what I was saying about
because I love the X-Men.
But it's just weird that you said that the Flintstone guy wrote the Halo shit. Like that. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Like, how did you get from that to that?
This
it
world is
weird.
ever expanding, man. It's so much shit going on that I can't begin to try to assume that I really know much of anything after shit like that.
Yeah. It's there's probably so many more gems we're gonna stumble upon like that, like all these weird ass things. Probably comments. Maybe I'll read some comments. People really like, oh yeah, what about this and that? Do you know fucking Tom Sweeney was in fucking Eyes Wide Shut? Did you know about that?
Did you know Tom Sweeney was actually a huge part of Far Cry 7? And I'm like, what? I was, and I took it a questionnaire I took like fucking years ago, and it's like, oh shit, that's the whole premise of this.
Oh my god! All right.
Somehow don't remember that.
You never
All right.
know. What's the next question, Chris?
Binky McStinkums wrote in. He says, "Season's greetings, gentlemen. New patron here. I've been a huge fan of Chris's content since my freshman year of college, and have come to appreciate and enjoy everything that the three of you put out individually. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is easily my favorite podcast ever, so I'm glad to finally be able to support all of your merry mischief.
Thank
I have
you.
a question. I have a question that is a frequent subject of debate among my friends. Who would
Oh my
win
God.
in a fight between a gorilla versus 10 unarmed U.S. Marines? My money is on the Marines, but you'd be surprised how many people I've met who disagree. Love the content and stay snarky, fellas.
I
Now,
definitely gotta
that's-
go with the gorilla.
Now look, okay. Now Marines are trained fighters, right? But if they are unarmed, if they're not armed.
No, they're fucking
That's
obviously armed.
Oh
No,
if they're
he said
armed.
unarmed. He said unarmed.
Did he
Oh,
say
did he
unarmed?
say unarmed? Because
Yeah.
well, check it
unarmed.
again because if
Oh, yeah,
they're
no, he
armed-
does. He does say unarmed.
Unarmed.
Yeah, because I was like, if they're armed, then
that's not
definitely
fair.
they would win. Yeah, they would
Unarmed,
definitely win.
dude.
Like,
Dude, fucking 10 U.S. Marines could, like, I don't know, destroy several fucking Middle Eastern governments, which has already happened before, you know? A gorilla can't stand a chance against that, you know?
Yeah,
If they're I don't think any of them
No,
is
if they're
hitting
unarmed,
or moving
gorillas are
fast
fucked.
enough.
the gorillas are fucking them up.
I
no
think
Yeah, like-
I think 10. Well, it's one gorilla versus 10 Marines.
Yes.
I would give it to the gorilla still, but and this is a pretty huge but. I do think the gorilla would be not in the best shape after that. I think
I'm
10.
not-
I
don't
think
even
10.
know.
10 real fucking like actually like let's assume this is like a perfect gorilla and these are perfect Marines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That gorilla's probably gonna have some fucking issues. It's probably
I
not
don't,
gonna be
I
feeling
don't think
too good.
so. I don't think so. Dude,
At once?
Chris,
10 Marines
Chris,
at once?
Yes.
Chris, you've never seen an angry silverback gorilla. I've seen them throw leopards, bro, far. That
Right.
gorilla's gonna grab somebody and squeeze them and break something. And then if it wants to hurt them, I don't think because I can't imagine a human hitting a gorilla hard enough to do anything to it.
I don't think it's about hitting. I think it's about they're Marines. They're going to be like fucking around with it. I think they're gonna try and yank its teeth out, or they're gonna try and
They're
blind
not
it or
gonna be
something.
strong enough
They're
to
definitely
do
gonna
that.
blind it. I think they have a pretty good
I
shot
think
at
they
blinding.
can blind it, but I
the
don't know how they're
closest
gonna
thing
get
they can do is blinding.
I
Yeah,
think
but then
that's
still,
yeah.
just being in the vicinity of a gorilla slap is your face is fucking gone, dude.
Yeah, no,
Like,
exactly.
Like that.
Like
That's the thing
Chris.
where it can. I think it can easily take out 10 fucking people, like 10 Marines,
Chris,
because
think of it like this, okay? Okay, go,
survival
say your
mode.
part.
I was just gonna say survival mode. Survival mode's a different thing. Like gorillas are already strong, just chilling. Like they're just chilling and they're strong. Like imagine survival mode. I think they're gonna crush them.
Yeah, I still
My
think
thing
the
is-
gorilla's gonna win.
My thing is this about that. Humans cannot move even close to as fast as a gorilla can. So
Right.
how are they going to run up to it and do something to it?
It's not really a matter of like approaching.
How are
It's
they going to
just-
get to him to blind him? That's my question.
Well, my assumption is that they're Marines. They're going to attack this thing all at once because that's just kind of like the only way they're going to get out of that situation alive at all is if they all just kind of bum rush this thing. They're definitely going to die anyway. But that Marine, that gorilla's probably, the gorilla's probably going to be fucked up a little bit. It's going to walk around fine. It's going to walk around fine, but that gorilla better learn how to play piano real quick because like it's not going to be seeing anything after that because they're definitely going to go for the eyes.
I just don't know. Like, I think going for the eyes is a viable option.
It's
and
the best option that you have.
The eyes are such weak things that it's like, yeah, you go for the eyes. But I don't. First of all, gorillas can smell really well.
Yeah, but they don't rely on but they don't rely on that.
They don't rely on it, true. But once they don't have eyes, they have to rely on it. It's like, well, that's next in line, or hearing, because they still have predator senses, unlike humans do.
Who cares? Who cares about this now? Because you said something really important, Chris. I think we're gonna need something drawn of Ape Charles. We need something because you made a very nice fucking reference, and now just all I can picture is just a gorilla,
fucking Ray Charles, with fucking receding
Ray-Bans
on, fucking receding.
No, that's Stevie
dreads.
Wonder. It's what is that? Why do you what is it? What comes? Is it like it's like the chicken or the egg? It's like, do you put on the fucking sunglasses and you're blind, and then you're playing piano well?
No, you put them on afterwards because your eyes won't focus on people when you're looking at them. That's why you wear shades, you dickhead.
I know. The real thing is like, okay, you become blind and then you can play the piano well, or do you play the piano well then become blind? Which one is it? I think that's the real one.
I think you play. This is a wild idea.
Oh my god!
I think you play the piano well, and then you go blind. And then you continue to play the piano.
Now, this might be a little crazy, but I think that skill usually acquired before you go blind.
Can you imagine, though, like if you just got blinded and then you just suddenly understood the piano and like everything about it? That'd be a wild
That does
bonus.
make a little sense, though.
Yeah.
Does it?
Because you go blind, right? And then those keys are always going to be those exact place. It's not going to be something that's moving, Right. So you'll be able to like pay attention to every key you hit. So you might be able to memorize them better since it's like a very static thing.
Yeah.
Like every piano you go down, you get to, it's just about as far from each other as always,
I'm not that blind, so I can't argue.
Yeah, same.
I wish those days would come back once more.
The head sway, I love it, man. He's fucking feeling it.
Yeah. I don't know,
May
man.
rest in peace.
I think, but I do think, yeah. I think it's pretty clear that the gorilla's coming out victorious.
I think the Marines could win too, because they're Marines. A single Marine could beat up like 13 regular. No, not 13. It could definitely handle like 5 regular dudes.
Here's the thing.
Maybe
I think
3 to 4.
I think 8 times out of 10, if you rolled this dice, 8 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, the gorilla's winning. I think there are certain scenarios in certain environments where, the Marines probably have it. I still think not all those Marines are making it. Like in any of those situations.
Could one-shot a human?
Yeah,
definitely,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Definitely
one-shot. Absolutely.
Like one smack a human down?
Dude, there's some humans that are strong enough to one-shot a human. If you hit them in the right place, like in the nose.
Well, no, it's not gonna be situational. I'm talking about like the straight up like raw power. Every time you roll that dice, it'll get a hit and it will do enough damage.
If a gorilla wants to kill you in one shot, it absolutely can.
Yes, one shot.
That
absolutely can.
That's not up for debate. I don't think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what blows my mind is that gorillas are famous for being stronger than they should be. Like they're a little stronger than they should be for their size and mass.
That's apes. That's apes in general.
Well, humans not so much, but like most apes, you are right. You are right. Most apes are stronger than they should be for their size.
Like chimpanzees, fucking orangutans,
even monkeys,
gorillas.
Even like monkeys, they can just fucking lift their body weights so easily. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but they're not a part of the ape family though. They're just monkeys are monkeys.
That's true. Monkeys are monkeys.
Yeah.
But pretty much primates in general are naturally stronger than they should be for the most part.
But there's something about like even the most disrespectful one is those orangutans because they look so sloppy and lazy, and they'll fucking end you so quick if they wanted to. But they're so like they look like incels essentially. They look like fucking
They're big old pudgy tummies with their nipples hanging out and fucking hairy and
They
shit,
totally
and they look
do.
silly.
That's totally accurate. That's infuriating how accurate that is.
Dude, I'm pretty sure a baby chimp could hit
I
you and it will really hurt.
I just imagined like a David Attenborough documentary, like
Oh my
the
God.
orangutan, the incel of the animal kingdom, and it's like, how do you not fall in love with that?
Is that pandas though? Like, cause they're the ones that aren't fucking.
Pandas don't fuck. In captivity, they don't fuck.
Pandas ain't fucking. They're fucking like true incels. They ain't fucking nothing.
No, they might have ascended past the need for fucking, which is actually the divinity.
Oh, that.
It's actually
That's man. There's people that talk about that shit. And I want to kill those people.
What, dude? Think of how much more shit you could do if you weren't fucking, man.
Think about how dead our species would be if we all thought,
Oh, you're
fucking
very
ain't
right.
important
You're
anymore.
very right. But I mean, we could ascend to something better. You might be able to go to the next level.
People think that if you don't come, you get more power.
That's not true. That's not true. That's stupid. That's actually just
You probably
stupid.
get weaker, honestly.
You would probably just
some-
have your fucking.
All right. We gotta make. I want to get through these. There's a decent amount.
All right, let's go.
Some random dude wrote in. He says, "Hello, short guy. Every short guy with glasses, Black Chad, and Mario Judah's long lost twin brother again."
Wow, man.
Nice.
It's two of them. Two of them in a row.
Chad, baby.
Sween. What the
for me.
fuck is he saying?
I
What
was
is
super
this?
thrown.
He's saying, I wish those days. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, we already went. Hold on. Let me just.
The balls would pop if you didn't come. the ball.
Chérie amour.
That song hits.
Oh, it's so good, man.
Song hits,
Stevie
bro.
Wonder has way too many hits, man. Like, way too many.
I don't know what was up with, dude. Black folk and soul music, man. It was just a powerful combination, dude. Like, from like the 40s until like the late 70s, early 80s, dude, we could do no wrong musically. Like, it was just something special. And then we made hip hop and we continued it. And then like the 2000s came and like, the dark times fell upon us. But like,
The dark times.
but then like we pulled out again and we got like the Jerry Badasses, Kendrick Lamar's, and our culture is being restored slowly. But we still have the fucking,
We need more blind people, though. That's all I'm going to say.
yo, honestly, dog. If you're
Blind
blind and you
people?
sing, you're divine.
Yeah, we need more blind people.
We need more heavy set black women singing, bro. A heavy set black woman, they cannot be matched in their vocal abilities. I don't know why.
Fat, black, blind woman. And she'll make the best fucking music ever.
Like, people say what they want about Lizzo. Lizzo got some pipes on her, bro. She can sing her fucking ass off.
I've never heard Lizzo sing.
Really?
I've only seen her eat. Yeah, I've only seen her.
I've only seen her eat. You just watch videos of her eating, you'd be like, hell yeah, son. I'm about to, I like the way you eat, miss. I like the
Oh,
way
yeah,
you
man.
eat, missy.
She got the best OnlyFans just eating cheeseburgers. So dope.
Honestly, do your thing, girl. Do your thing, girl. Get your money. People
You
gonna
said
pay
people
you
got
to
mad at her?
fucking eat.
People got mad at her for juicing for like a week. Do you see that?
Who?
Why?
Lizzo juiced for like a week just to like be a little healthier, and people lost their fucking minds.
I hate
Like,
the
oh
internet,
my-
dude.
Yeah.
Wait,
dude,
what?
it was like,
What could the problem possibly be?
There's no
because
problem, Chris. That's the point.
she's trying to get healthier, and like they just took it as she's tired of being fat, and so she
Like a body
she ju-
shaming thing?
Yeah. It was
so
that like,
stupid.
you were the hero for fat people. We loved diabetes and shit. Like you were the champion of diabetes, and now you're letting us down.
You
then
must
she-
stay obese so that I may remain obese.
Yeah,
It's
that's
insane,
it.
dude. She's like talks about how she's okay with her being fat. Like she's okay, but she
Yeah,
wants to be
she
healthy.
just did a weekly she juiced for a week.
She
Yeah,
just
it's like
wants to
barely
be a little
anything.
healthy. Like I hate the internet.
I've been eating too much fucked up food. I have really bad acid reflux. I need a juice, and then people fucking lost their minds.
I
Yeah.
can't.
That's
stand
not even-
these
Anyway,
niggas, dog.
that's
I can't
not even-
stand them.
But that's not even a weight thing. Even like, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
that's just like I've had to do that.
Oh yeah,
Like-
sometimes I need to take a minute. I'm like, I'm too fucked up.
Let me just
I got the acid
detox
reflux.
myself. You know.
Sometimes I
But
wake
yeah.
up like I remember like I used to wake up sometimes it's like, wow, I wake up and my mouth feels acidic. Like I'm eating like garbage and I have to stop. You know?
Yeah,
That's not even like a weight thing. That's so weird.
yeah.
Anyway,
they're-
the
they
world's
fucking-
falling
they went
apart,
crazy.
bro. It's been falling apart for a long time. We've ignored it, but we got to take actions to start killing the people that won't stop. I'm kidding.
All right, yeah. I'm just gonna cut it.
Oh my god! Next question, please.
Grizzly Bear wrote in. He says, "Hello, helplessly nearsighted communist Nazi ticking time bomb psychopath who has bad opinions about everything and chronic masturbator who could totally beat up KSI. What is the
Damn.
what is the blackest
right.
what is the blackest / most Hispanic you've ever felt? For me, the whitest I've ever felt was in high school. A group of people were talking about the things they call cops like pigs or whatever, and one of them turned to me and asked what I call them, and I just said police officers, and they all got up and walked away."
Oh my god.
Police officers of the law.
This wasn't
of
me
course.
trying to be smartass or anything. It's just what popped into my head.
Public defenders.
That's an
The
awesome.
Champions of justice.
I love that story. The idea that people just
Patriots.
walked away from him. That's so fucking funny.
Dang, what's the blackest I ever felt? There have been times where like I've this is really terrible. But this one time I was in Poughkeepsie in like 11th grade, and we were just outside of like a chicken spot on like Main Street in Poughkeepsie, and we were just drinking 40s, listening to Infamous Mobb Deep, and I felt like a fucking pure nigga. Like I felt like powerful. Like I felt like this is different from all the other times I felt black. I'm really in the streets right now. I'm eating chicken, listening to Mobb Deep talking about killing people, and I'm drinking fucking malt liquor. This is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the most Hispanic. There are like brief flashes of moments where I remember. Like I remember even just honestly lately, with Miles Morales, seeing that shit was like, oh shit, yeah. Like this is actually like super. Like, cause I wouldn't say that my family was like particularly. I guess you don't really know though, because like if you're just like with
You're
your family,
too close to the problem.
That's the thing. It's like you're just kind of surrounded by your family all the time, so you just kind of assume that this is normal, and like. It's only when you go to other people's houses and like or like hang out with other kinds of people where it's like, oh, this is like not just the default.
For me,
because it's just been my default for like ever.
I felt that too whenever I would hang out with people who were just like African American solely, and they would season their food without things like adobo and sazon, and I would bring that up. I'd be like, oh, you use Lowry seasoning salt? I use adobo because that's what my grandma uses. And they're like, what's adobo?
Nigga,
and I'm like,
nigga, what the fuck is adobo?
Nigga, what's that, son? And I'm like, it's seasoning. You put it on everything.
Food is the area that I noticed it the most, where it's like nothing ever tasted as good.
It always tasted worse.
Yeah,
no matter what I ate.
Yeah,
right. The wildest shit, man. I went to my friend is half Mexican, half Irish. And his mom is Mexican as fuck, grew up. But she, like, learned some cooking tactics from her Irish husband.
Oh, no.
And I remember the first time I went over and they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to cook some ribs and shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, me, I'm going to fuck up some ribs. But I saw them, and they fucking
were red.
First started boiling them. And my mind shattered. And I was like, hey, Brock, what is happening? Oh, like to get them like nice and soft to where they fall off the bone. And I was just like they were, and then they put them on the like I was fucking, dude, it killed me. I was like, and then they put them on the propane grill to finish them off. But it was just like they're ruined. You fucking boiled them. You took the most important. First of all, if you're gonna cook some ribs, you need some mesquite, some charcoal, you need some something. You need some smoke in those fucking ribs.
You gotta smoke them first. You gotta foil them up. You gotta smoke them, bro. You gotta do that.
And like it fucked me up so bad that I'm like, I cannot believe, like, this is a crime. You should be arrested for this. It was so, like, I think that was the first time I was really genuinely offended by food. Usually you're just like, oh, I don't want that. But that was just like, I can't believe people actually, this is a thing that's being passed on to people.
Generational, bro.
Yeah. And I need to stop this. Like, this is how Irish people eat? Is this what this is?
They just boil everything.
You know what's crazy? I lived my whole life being told that white people don't season their food. I guess I've been around only ethnic white people, because every white person I know seasons like they can throw down. Like my friend Whiskey, he's a white fucking Gaelic descent man. He is a white man, and he can throw down.
Oh,
in the
but
kitchen.
he also
From the
like
South.
he like lived in Mexico. He's like from the South, and the South has fucking amazing food. Like
Dare
when
I
people,
say the South has the best
South
food in America, dog.
is totally different because white Southern people will give you diabetes and fucking high cholesterol.
Yeah, I've always
they season their shit.
I've always taken like the white people don't season their food. It's always been like the person in my head was always like somebody like a liberal white man in like upstate New York, you know? Like that's kind of the person that I imagine who does that. Like the
It exists.
I was about to say the more racist they are, they probably like season their food pretty well. But
Probably.
but like
Probably.
the South is like not like that is an area that never comes to mind when that stereotype is brought up. Only because
wild.
I just know so much Southern food that's so fucking delicious.
Objectively better than most other
I mean,
foods.
that's where all this the like say when it's like how black people season their food. It's Southern cuisine. And that's exactly where they get it from.
Yeah, no,
my
exactly.
grandfather from Texas, his gravy that he makes will give you need blood thinners after you eat it because it is so rich with seasoning. You're like, oh my god, like it's so flavorful, but you know you can only have a little bit because it's too much seasoning is in it.
Literally
It
after our
was
Thanksgiving,
delicious.
bro, I literally had to like eat thin, like I had to eat lighter food for a while because of all of the fucking. First of all, our friend group is like 96% Hispanic. So you know everyone's coming there is fucking bringing food that's too much, too full. I made like mac and cheese that like literally I only had out of it twice because I couldn't eat it. It was too heavy for me. I was like, I can't eat this anymore. It hurts. I want more, but my body's declining as I eat it.
Yeah. There's like to me the test is how you prepare your fried chicken. Because I'm a fried chicken connoisseur, and not in the way that it's more like a chicken tender thing. I almost even I was going to start a whole thing and try to get like sponsored and everything where it's going to be called Tender Quest, and I was going to go around everywhere in SoCal and try everybody's chicken tenders.
I would do that with you. I have I would happily. I think we'd all do that with no problem.
Yeah.
Well, hey, when shit opens up, maybe I'll actually, because I was actually kind of try to make it a real thing, and you know, because people have blown up that way with having their food shows, and I was like, I'm gonna try to make this real, but we'll talk about it once things open up.
I thought about doing that with pizza in New York. I wanted to go around to every single pizza place.
I would do either of those.
But
pizza and chicken.
But yeah,
it's my wet dream.
hell yeah! Oh, dude, it's so good together. But yeah, that's it. Some white people season your chicken better. The ones you know who I'm talking about. It's the Raising Cane types. There's like certain chicken places that like it has no flavor and all the sauce does all the flavor, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it needs to be good without the fucking sauce.
Exactly.
You can't.
So often
That's what
I have chicken that's just hot. It's not even casing it. It's just hot chicken.
I would always be like really.
Exactly.
I would always be really annoyed, because I didn't really like hot wings. Not necessarily because I didn't like the spice. I just didn't necessarily like that I had to like pour sauce on something to get flavor out of it. And I remember thinking like what I would do is like I would just mix the hot sauce. I would like let the chicken like marinate in the hot sauce. That way it was actually like flavorful without you needing to fucking fuck your hands up. And it came out great, but like it's astounding how many wings I've had that just fuck that up. Where it's just like it doesn't taste like anything until you have sauce on it. And it's just I don't get it.
They just bread it and fry it. They don't even fucking season. They don't even season the breading. That's
like,
how you skip a step. You just put seasoning with the breading. Then you mix that shit together and you're fine. That's it.
It's crazy, man.
Fuck yeah.
If you can't cook, you're fucking stupid. I'm saying that right now, right? It's really easy to make sure that tastes fucking good, all right? It's not hard.
Latino who actually speaks Spanish wrote in.
Damn, rare
Says,
one.
"What's up, boys? I hope your holidays don't suck. Do your families / cultures have any weird Christmas or New Year's traditions? In Colombia, we have what is that? Año Viejos. They are basically life-size dolls that people set on fire on New Year's Eve. People usually dress them like politicians or famous people. I've seen plenty of Trump Año Viejos.
That's insane.
That's wild.
See, at first I thought this was gonna be some weird ass ritual shit. I'm like, they're burning human effigies. They're sacrificing real people.
That's
now.
what I thought. I was like, what?
Yeah, but then it took the turn in the right direction. I actually, that sounds pretty fun. But
Yeah,
no,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
have shit for traditions.
For me, I know for St. Tomians we have I think carnivals around this time. So we usually do like, I don't know. I know we have the Old Year service, which is pretty much like a lot of people from where my family's from. They are a group called 7-Day Adventists. So for Christmas time, we all go into church at like 12 o'clock on like the 31st in the afternoon, and we leave at 12 o'clock fucking after the new year. And that shit is murder. It is murder. It's the worst experience of my life. And also we just like have like, I don't know what else we do. We just have like some sort of weird prayer thing. But I know in Puerto Rico they have like a lot of New Year's things. I know that. But my grandma doesn't celebrate that much.
My grandmother would always she would celebrate this thing called Three Kings Day, which was like a very, very, very Puerto Rican thing. Like if you Google Three Kings Day, it will autofill to Puerto Rico, literally. And it was just like this thing that happened like this year, or in 2021. It's January 6th. It's like I think a week after New Year's. I think is typically like what it is. And it was just like this arbitrary thing that was just like, how I remember it is like my family would come over, we would make food, and I would get like 3 gifts, but like I would have to like find them or something. But I think that was just like a fucking thing that my grandmother did.
Is it for the 3 wise men that came to Jesus' birth, shit like that? I think I experienced that when I was in Puerto Rico once.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
but like I don't remember it. I know my grandmother. All I know is that this time of year, everyone would be at our house for a very long time. It would be like people would be over at my house in the Bronx or in Fishkill for like an extra like week, and it would leave around the 7th or some shit. That's all I remember from it. Yeah, everyone would come over. We'd be around each other for a long time, and it'd be a very like Black Tino celebration because it'd be like the black people, the fucking Afro Caribbeans, and the Latin people would be there, and it'd be really noisy, and my house would be too full, and I'd be like, I can't stand this. Everyone's using my video games.
Yeah, no, I remember I liked it because it was just like this weird little like just this kind of like extra. It's weird for me though because like my birthday is in the beginning of December, then there's Christmas, and then there was like Three Kings like a week after New Year's. So like I remember like just winter in general being like, oh, this is the time when I get things. Like that's, and it was like always super excited. But like by the time Three Kings came, it was like I had already like, you know, anything that I wanted that I was feasibly going to get had been given to me already for Christmas. So like Three Kings was always like, then. Yeah, it was never like Three Kings was always like, here's like a deck of Pokemon cards or like your favorite candy or something. But I think it's a kind of a cute little thing. But I'm just connected to it because my grandmother did it. I don't know if I would really carry that forward.
American niggas don't have anything special they do around this time?
No, it's just New Year's.
Not really, man.
Damn, y'all niggas is lame.
Since you get drunk.
You guys got like Three Kings or so, or maybe we'll do something like Total War 3 Kingdoms Day or something. Like
it's so weird, dude, because it's odd for me because I'm a black man who grew up in America.
Same.
But I have pretty much pretty much, you know. But it's weird because I never did a lot of American celebrations. Like I never really did never did 4th of July cookouts really. You know, like I've always just like very Caribbean stuff.
Oh, we did those.
Not
really.
I
would barbecue,
really
but
we did it once in a while.
You know why? Because it was just another excuse to get together and make food. That was literally it. It's just, hey, it's a holiday. Let's make a stupid amount of food for no good reason. Only this time because it's 4th of July, we'll have ribs and stuff. And it's like, all right, yeah, fine.
It's crazy because I've never been to a celebration that the main course wasn't chicken. Even Thanksgiving, it was chicken still. They still had a bunch of chicken there.
Well, that's because we do that.
Well, no, even back home, we would have turkey, but my grandma would cook curry chicken, and I'd be like, yes, this is the ticket. This is why I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'll say, I don't. You know, this was when I was young, like, and everybody was kind of everybody, my family kind of started to spread out. A lot of people were around L.A., and during the holidays, a lot of times we would go to our Aunt Yolanda, and she's Jamaican as fuck. And she would always make, curry chicken, jerk chicken. She would make all of the stereotypical fucking Caribbean food.
I miss my culture.
That shit blew my mind because there was nothing like it. Her cooking, there would be full house, and that shit doesn't happen anymore. Well, especially since her husband, Lemuel, he died, and then everybody kind of started to this dude Scooby that would always come around, and his brother got in Mike got in a motorcycle accident. And people just started kind of it just started to drift away. Yeah, it was fucked up. I was like, damn. And I haven't thought about that until this. You guys started talking about this. I'm like, oh yeah, we should kind of get together every time for these things. But now it's just somebody make some stupid fucking turkey or something that I don't. We smoked the turkey and that shit was bomb. But I don't really. Otherwise, I'd rather just, I don't know. I'll probably start some other of my own weird ass traditions when I have a family or something.
You gotta make sure you fight for that, dude, because it started happening to me too. Everyone started getting more separated, and the family becomes less and less for those celebrations. I've noticed, and now that my grandmother's old and getting sick and stuff like that, I know it happens even less. Yeah, so exactly. I want to make it so I keep that tradition going in my family. When me and my girlfriend have our family, we're gonna probably, unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to have that big house, and everyone's gonna come and stay with us, and because someone has to bite the bullet, because it's always the grandparent, and then the grandparent gets old, or that family member group gets old, and they're we don't really want to do it here anymore. So someone has to be all right,
my
come
parents
to our place. Your parents are probably the ones that had to do it. They're
my dad hates my dad can't stand it, but he's if we don't do it, no one else is gonna step up and no one else is gonna do it.
Yeah.
And he likes he puts on a big show about how he hates it, but he likes cooking he does.
I know. I've tasted your dad's food. Your dad cooks his ass off.
Yeah, he just likes to pretend he doesn't.
But see, we gotta learn from fucking Fast and Furious, man. It's all about family.
It is. I'm excited at the premise of just kind of having the apartment or the house that kind of people kind of cycle through, because I like that shit. I've always liked that shit about my house.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, that's our house right now. We're already living that. We're already that house.
But that's because that's the kind of people we are. I think it's just we're just hey, people just show up here. People will oh, it's a Seinfeld apartment. This apartment. People will they'll open the door and they'll slide in, and it'll be oh, hey, what's up, whiskey? It's I don't know. I just invested in fucking cubic zirconium, and it's and they're oh, well, that's interesting. And then he just leaves, and then somebody else he leaves, and then somebody else comes through the door, and it's I don't know. I like that environment.
That's our home, dude. We're the home that if somebody's okay, if we're out late, hey, we have nowhere to stay in the general area, it's don't worry about it. Shoot our way, you can stay with us. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how we've been the whole time. It's fucking amazing.
I just realized I haven't even been your guys' new place yet.
That's right.
Insane. We've been here for a while already.
You gotta come.
You guys have been here since the summer.
Dude, man,
you're come at this point.
You're safe, dude. Just get a test real quick and then shoot through, and you can spend a day with us like that. It's fine.
We still gotta do the
what you call
trash.
It.
We gotta do
trash.
Twitter
Yeah, man.
trash.
It's the annual thing, man.
We can't do that like this, because this is just what the podcast is.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta make it happen, bro. We're here.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Fucking you guys, because my schedule. I mean, my schedule's. I think it's a lot more flexible than your guys's. So we just gotta hey, what day? Maybe next week or something. Or wait, what fucking? When is this year over?
Next week Friday. Week after next Friday.
Next week Thursday.
Oh. So
Thursday?
Just got to do it before this year's over, obviously. So.
Just give me the day, bro, and I'll be there.
Well, fucking. Maybe,
Twitter trash year 3 with the Snark Tank crew coming at you guys live. Okay.
Well, not live. Certainly not live.
Okay, not live. Coming at you
maybe
guys.
Monday. Maybe a week from now. Gotcha. I don't know if that'd be good. Monday, a week from now would be good.
That sounds good.
We can do it.
All right. Well, that's the end of our questions.
Oh.
And that's, I guess, the end of our show. This episode's probably going to be a little bit shorter, but we know it's for many of you, it's holiday season. Not a lot of time to just sit, and I'm sure you've got your parents nagging you, or your son bothering you, I can't sleep, I'm scared of Santa. Like probably that nonsense
Or
going
your
about.
girlfriend trying to make you see lights for the fucking 19th time, and you're like, these lights can't be any different, and you appreciate the gesture because you love her, but it's like, honey, they're lights. What else are they gonna do?
You've been
other
going
than
to
light up?
For context. Sweeney's been going to these light shows with his girlfriend. Like I think like what is it? It's like the third
Since fucking October. I love it. I love her. She's so sick because around this time we usually do all of the like actual outside like light shows where it's like spectacles where you like walk like the Enchanted Forest and like near Monrovia. That's one of the best experiences I've had in winter in my life. Like it's insane. Like there's a whole forest where they light up and all these different like sort of light shows. Then we go to the freaking LA Zoo light and stuff like that. But this year we haven't been able to do it. And my girlfriend's like, I'm not missing out on my shit. So we're seeing lights. So I'm like, all right. And she goes before I have a chance to say anything. She pays for all of them. Like, we're going to light shows this day, this day, this day. Be there or be there. And I'm like, all right, honey, we're going to see lights.
It's exhilarating. Lights are just.
It is beautiful every single time. But it's like before I get there, I'm always like, oh my god, I don't want to see lights.
I went to see a light show. I think 2 years ago now. Like I went to the city. On I think December 28th or December 27th. It was like in between Christmas and New Year's, and I went there with my mom, with my half sister and her kids, and with cousins of mine and their kids who had driven up because they wanted to see the city in wintertime. And they wanted to see like the tree, the Rockefeller tree, and like all the Macy's display and all that shit. And we saw a light show. And me and my mom got separated from the group, and we had to squeeze through this fucking hellish hallway that was like they blocked off the street, so people couldn't walk on the street because of the light show was going on. It was like a parade thing. So the streets were like, it was like fucking Comic-Con, and like just like pushing and like shoving and shit. And my mom, who's like really small, was behind me, cursing up a storm, and I had never heard my mom curse like that ever, constantly, and I was laughing.
That's the best.
Loudly.
Respect.
There's nothing better than hearing your parents curse, because it's like, my grandmother doesn't curse much, but one time she said nigga, and I couldn't stop laughing.
No shit.
She was like, these stupid niggas, I swear to God. And I was like, what?
Dude, it was I had never heard my mom say anything. It was like, get your fucking baby out of here. Like all this crazy shit.
That sweet New York accent.
Get your fucking baby out of here. What the fuck are you doing? Like people just bring in they would like put, I can't describe to you really how intense
those people, they deserve death. Like 100%.
Dude, it was
People
like a
that bring their
fucking mosh
babies
pit.
places like
It was
that,
like a
the worst.
fucking mosh pit on the side of the road in the middle of Manhattan. Like people pushing and like actually like flesh to flesh. And like people with people with like fucking babies. Like just walking around, it's like, what are you doing bringing a fucking squishy infant into this environment?
I don't understand
so
those
stupid.
people.
They should put them in a cage and hold the cage up as they guide them through. Because you can't put a squishy baby in there. It's going to be a fucking 2D image eventually. You know? You got to get a cage and host it over quickly.
I just remember somebody pushed my mom, and then my mom pushed me because she was behind me, and then I pushed this guy. And this guy turned around, and he was like, "Can everybody stop pushing?" And my mom was like, "Do you think I want to fucking be here?" And he just turned around. He just turned around and ignored it. I was like, this is fucking wild.
Because it's a stupid fucking thing to say. Like, oh,
Of
yeah,
course.
I'm trying to push you on purpose, cunt. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to run up your asshole, you
dude.
fucking idiot. Of course I'm getting pushed.
I love Manhattan. Everybody's so rude, but everybody still needs to get where they're going, so they're just not trying to start shit. It's so funny. But
Wow.
yeah, so that's gonna be it. Let me just get through this little bit of housekeeping. Remember,
All right.
we got merch over at snarktankmerch.com. That's a thing that you can go and support. And if you like what you heard today, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access. $5 gets you a question read on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord server. And $25 dues gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do.
3, 2, 1. For those who don't know, it means 1.
Sloshy
Wow.
Scout, Atrasoni, Super Mecha Keith DeVito. Every time Chris says crazy, how did we even get here? Podcast every Thursday. Leroy Jenkins, Master Chief's Hard as Rock Armor Locked Cock. Matthew Barrett Clark, fuck you, Cringe Ray Gun. Oh, Cringe Ray Cuck. Sorry.
Ray Cock. Ooh.
I almost said that incorrectly.
Ooh, I like that one.
Evolution.
That's actually a little bit more creative than Chris Gay Gun was like so boring for the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about.
It's classic. It
those
is classic.
cheap
It's
shots that
classic,
make
but
me
I
laugh.
couldn't even like. It was just like, all right, well,
It's like Sugar Gay. You Mark McGrath, like something like it's like
It just
that's
always
so
works. It's a
stupid.
go-to, dude.
but that's not a bad one.
It's like
Hard
eating mouse
hat-
tongue and swatting people. It's the easiest thing to do. It's just this is where we go. You know.
The hard hat skydiver. Chris has a high voice for a lesbian. Absolute wagon. The army of 101 bananas shoving themselves down Chris's throat. All new, all different. Paul Joseph Watson after he learned he could Hulk. Wait, what? Paul Joseph Watson after he learnt the Hulk clap.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Dangerous character now.
That's a fucking top tier fighter.
Yeah.
Where did Derek go? What the fuck, dude? That shit is perfect. Please leave it like that.
That was fucking scary. He just
Forever.
laughed in a dark, low frame rate. Monkey Monk, Billy the Big Ball Brawler, a little late term abortion with Lily Singh, Alaskan oil field trash. Chris would be a twink if he gave into his urges. I wish my dad kissed me like Tom Brady. Cyber Sweeney, 2077.
Nice.
Vermont, the most emotional state. Not an FBI agent. Juan Punchman, Marcus Shorten, Mr. Fuck, Abusi, Papa Nurgle, Jeffrey Tubin, Zoomin with Dave Rubin. It's pretty good. Danny DeVito's Christmas Candy Cane Cock, Cujo FD, Sweeney's Weenie Sleevey, Murder Ascended, David Connolly, the dyslexic that feels Chris's pain, Dunderhead, Ellipsis, Lobotomized Jesus is my drooling divine savior, Heiko, 1 meter long fetus, Moto Zealot, Mike Tyson's left hook, Hiroshima spicy mushrooms, Slippery Steve, the stinky, sticky silicone sex toy Cyber Monday blowout sale. A level 1 cleric, Derek's unyielding sex drive. I autocorrected your name, Derek, to Devil for a second.
Devil?
Oh my god.
God,
That's perfect.
because
right
I read
now.
Derek and a level 1 cleric.
That shit's scary, bro. Please stop. Derek,
Can you
please.
see me?
Dummy Thick Dave, Big Dude
Can you
0444,
feel me?
Heartless Wretch, aka the Black Man from Staten Island, Uncle Tony's Pizzeria and Abortion Clinic, where today's
Derek,
loss is
stop.
tomorrow's sauce. God damn. Yummy, 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 come inside my tummy. The ghost that lived in the apartment above Chris and Sweeney, Jolly Old Dipshit, Emperor Palpatine, Hugger Derek, the movie theater assassin.
Nice.
No, wait, not assistant manager.
Oh my
Oh, there
god.
it is.
Those are different things.
I'm sorry. I explained. I can't read. Carson Jones, Etherean, the Queenston to Sweeney's Kingston, the Progerian Hunter, Deflated Left Ass Cheek, America Wars Episode 2, The Colonial Wars, Anani's Moose, Sonny Chance, Toby Shootman, Melphis 1, El Cutobone, Richter 86, and King of Haphazard. Derek looks like...
Derek, you look like
You look like a deep-fried meme.
You do. You do. You look like something.
You look
that
like a
would see
fucking
on-
Harlequin baby, dude. I need to get a shot of this.
No, Derek, you look like what would be on the TV of a sci-fi show in the 80s.
Oh yeah, right.
Anyway,
Outer space adventures, and it'd be like somebody watching it.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right.
Merry
We
Christmas,
love you
everybody.
guys.
Have a happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.